For what? For this. For this. Because the Prophet ﷺ wanted to intercede for his ummah. He wanted to intercede for the people. So Nuh said, I rushed my da'wah. Myself. Nuh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He talks about Nuh alayhi salam, this giant prophet made da'wah 950 years. 950 years, 1,000 years, except minus 50, making da'wah to Allah. Every possible way. In secret, in alam, in a loud voice, in a small voice, to small groups, to big groups, to individuals, every single day and night. قال رب إني دعوت قومي ليلا ونهارا. Oh Allah, I invited my people day and night. فلم يزيدهم دعائي إلا فرارا. Every time I invite them, they run away. What you want? وإني كلما دعوتهم لتغفر لهم استغشوا ثيابهم واستكبروا وأصروا واستكبروا استكبارا. Every time I invite them, they become arrogant. And even where they put their clothes over their ears and over their heads, they don't want to hear. And I invited them in secret and all that. He says, nafsi. He can't. He cannot. Then he says, go to Musa. Or go to Ibrahim alayhi salam. Go to Ibrahim. Ibrahim Khalil al-Rahman. Ibrahim Khalil al-Rahman. Khalil is the highest level. When the love overtakes your heart for someone, that someone is your Khalil. Not sahib, not friend, not buddy, not love. Khalil. وَاتَّخَذَ اللَّهُ إِبْرَاهِيمَ خَلِيلًا. They go to Ibrahim alayhi salam. He said, today Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is angry, never like never before. And I have lied 3 times. That's Ibrahim alayhi salam. So for those who lying is a way of life, listen to that. Ibrahim alayhi salam thinks that Allah will not answer him because he lied 3 times. And in another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ mentioned why Ibrahim lied. You know when he lied? Ibrahim alayhi salam, as the Prophet ﷺ said, lied in 3 times. 2 of them for the sake of Allah. 1 time when he was young. So his father, Azar, wanted him to go. They had a festival. His people used to worship the idols. So they had a festival to go and worship and make sujood, prostration for the idols. So he said, Inni saqim. He said, I'm sick. So he said he's sick. Why? Because he didn't want to go and commit shirk. Fi sabilillah. And yes, he was sick of their beliefs. And yes, he was sick of what they believed in. And their shirk and their ma'asi. And the second time, when they all went out, he went to their idols and started destroying them. And he took the axe and he put it on the biggest one. He hung it to the biggest one. So when they came back, من فعل هذا بآلهتكم؟ قالوا سمعنا فتى يذكرهم يقال له إبراهيم. They came back. Who did this to your gods? Who destroyed them? Some of them said, we heard a young man, Fata, mentioned them. His name is Ibrahim. So they bring Ibrahim. You did this to our God? فعلت هذا بآلهتنا يا إبراهيم. He said, the big one did it. Don't you see the axe on him? That means he did it. So then they go back to themselves. You know that those can't talk. They tell themselves amongst themselves. You know they cannot talk like the gods. And then because of their arrogance, they did not kill. Burn him. That's the second time he lied. For the sake of Allah. And the third time he lied, when? When he was traveling with Sarah, his wife, and there was a tyrant sending his soldiers out there to find any beautiful woman to bring it to him. To bring it to him. So when they came and asked Ibrahim a.s., Sarah was beautiful. When they asked him, who are you to her? Or he said, he told Sarah, when they take you and they ask you, Who is that man? Say, my brother. Because if you say your husband, they're going to kill him. Right? And if you say my brother, they're going to honor me. So and then he told her, Wallahi, there is no people on this earth today, believers in Allah, except you and me. So actually, he is her brother in Islam. So he didn't lie. But they look like lies. But you can take each one of those and interpret it in a way that it's not. But the point is, he thought because of those 3 lies, just 3 lies, for the sake of Allah, to save himself. You know, you are allowed to lie to save your life. You are allowed in Islam to lie to save your life. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Al-Imran, إِلَّا أَن تَتَّقُوا مِنْهُمْ تُقَى. So you can protect yourself. So we can justify all these things. How many lies we make are not even related and not even near, and we justify it for ourselves. That lies, maybe if you put it in a mountain, it will collapse. So he's afraid of that Allah will not answer him. So he said, Nafsi, Nafsi, I can't do anything for you today. Go to Musa. And Musa the same thing. Musa, Kalimullah. Allah described Musa, the one he spoke to. Allah spoke to Musa directly. The same scenario. You can't. Nafsi, Nafsi. Then he says, go to Isa. Jesus. The same story. Then Isa alayhi salam said, go to Muhammad. La ilaha illallah. You should be thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala every single minute of your life that He sent you Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a messenger. Allah, you could be a person right now worshipping a cross, worshipping a dead God, worshipping a joke. They had made their God a joke. One time they draw him on a cup, on a teacup, and one time on a shirt, and one time they make a movie, and one time the Simpsons making fun of him, and one time whatever. That's their problem. And on a liquor bottles, you know those metal liquor things, I don't know what they call them, they have Jesus on it. You walk in a church that supposedly Jesus is respected there. Sometimes you see a picture of him, and sometimes you see a statue of him, and sometimes he's black, and sometimes he's white, and sometimes he's Chinese, and sometimes, dude. Where you got all these things from? Why you are concerned about this? Isn't that the reality? That's what it is. Those people made joke of their, what they call God. They are making joke of Him. So thank Allah every second that you don't belong to them. That Allah guide you to the truth. You know who you worship? You worship Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, Al-Aziz, the most honorable. And those people worship idols. You walked in a Catholic church or any other churches, the woman who wants to sue the church because the priest in there or the preacher or whoever promised them if they give more of their money and they invest with God, God gonna return, the investment will return even more. And the woman gave everything she had, and then it reached a point she could not even afford to buy bread. So she's suing the church because the investment did not return anything. That is the reality of churches. إن كثيرا من الأحبار والرهبان ليأكلون أموال الناس بالباطل ليصدوا بها عن سبيل الله. That's what these people do. So be aware. Thank Allah that He did not create you or guide you into that, or misguided you, I should say, into that. As of tonight, you can be now standing in a club where 1,000 people, men and women, mixed together. No one knows anyone else, and jumping like monkeys. and drunk, some of them getting drunk, and some of them don't even know who is the person slept with her, and wherever he is.